All right, guys. Things are about to get crazy with the meme machine. So you better get started. It is going to get crazy. All right, let's close that. So where we left off. Let's see. We made the struct, and then we added these memes using that struct. So they're meme object. And then we sort of have a little command line going here. I'm going to simplify this a little bit. But first, I think let's just start implementing Imageproc. So, here we're going to have a few more uses. Let's see. We're going to have to use. Oh, come on, start typing. Use image RGBA, and then we're gonna have to use Imageproc, and we'll need the draw text MUT. Okay. Now we notice that those don't work. So there's another thing that we have to do, since these are not part of the prelude or the standard library. Oh. What is this? Sorry, guys. I might have opened the wrong folder. Let's just copy this so we have it. And then let's open folder. Yeah. Let's save it. All right. There we go. Okay. So now that we have the folder open, we can go to our cargo.toml. And in here, we're going to have to add some dependencies. So let me grab those real quick. So I'll just type out the first one, which is image, right? And we're going to need version 0.24.1. And here you might get a checkbox, maybe not, depending on your autofill. You'll get a check mark. So Imageproc, the latest version is broken for what we need. So what I'm doing here is I am grabbing Imageproc directly from Git. Okay. And so in the future, today is April 7th. In the future, maybe sometime they might fix the issue between the compatibility with image and Imageproc for this specific use case, which I'm using fonts and I'm using open. So I think that the issue is with generic images, and we're also going to use Rust types, and that's how we're going to get our fonts. So let me get situated back here. Okay. So here, let's also import. Let's use Rust type, and then we need font and scale. And notice how now that I've imported the dependencies or added the dependencies to cargo.toml, it'll actually allow me to autofill these other parts. So I probably should have done that before I added the use, but just FYI. And then here, I think I'm going to import like this, because I also want to be able to access a file from a path. And to do that, I need from the standard library a path. Okay. And I need a semicolon here. Okay. And now it's giving me all these errors saying that you've imported these things, but you're not using them. And so we're going to start using them pretty soon here. But I think I want to simplify my memes a little bit. I think these memes are a little complicated. So I just want to go with memes that only have a top and bottom text. Just to keep things simple, because I don't want to have to think about memes that have more than 2 lines of text. That's beyond the scope of this project. So let's see. We'll add the top and bottom text, and then also we need the image path, because we want to have the location of an image. And let's just grab some memes real quick so we have them. Meme template, sure. And we'll grab some easy stuff. These are hard memes, but so, you know, the kinds that I'm looking for is only, or how about one does not simply meme, and then we'll grab a template. Yeah, here we go. So we'll just grab this thing. Let's see. We'll generate it. And we'll, oh, I don't want it to say image flip. Let's see. Why is this so hard? Meme maker? That's not right. Here, similar. Where is it? Is that a good one? 750 by, it's pretty high quality. Let's grab it. Oh no. Save image as. Nope. I want a JPEG. Oh. Let's do this one. Okay. That's good enough. Let's save image as. That's not the kind of, I want a JPEG. Why can't I find a JPEG? Okay, image flip. I wasted too much time here. Okay, PNG, that's fine. That's fine. We'll do a PNG. Okay. So we'll go to the downloads. We'll change this name. So one does not. Okay. Oh, come on. One does not. Okay. Add it to the source. Good. Okay. And then we'll change this to one does not. One does not. We'll change this to one does not simply. And then we'll change this to text top. And the top is always going to say one does not simply. That's just part of the meme. And if your one does not simply start with one does not simply, then you're not doing it right. You're just not doing it. Okay. And then here we can do a, oh yes, text bottom. Now this is the one that we're going to fill in. So here we can do the new. And then, that also means this has to be mutable. So, yeah. And then we'll have the image path here. Image path. And then that has to be a string. So string from, and then it's going to be quote. I think, I actually have to copy the path here. So I will copy that and paste it in here. And I'll save that. Okay. And now I'll get rid of this one for now. We'll just have the one meme, really simplify this. And then we can add more later, of course. One does not simply. And then we'll remove this else if for now. Yeah. Oh. All right. Sweet. I think that's good. Okay. Okay. And so now what we want is a function. So so far the only function we have is the main function, but now we actually want a function that makes a meme. And it's going to take a meme, which will be a reference to a actual meme. That's the struct that we made, right? And then here, let's see. Let's set some parameters. So we want to use our path, right? And that we will use our path library here, and we'll throw in the meme.imagePath. Look how easy that is. Since we have a struct here that has all the stuff that we want and we're passing it into this function, we can just stick it in there. Let's see, what else do we need? We need we need the actual image, right? So we'll call this meme image, and then we'll import the image with image open, and we'll stick our path in there, which is just going to be path, right? And you notice we can't just do that, right? It's not going to work. We actually have to unwrap this, which I'm not super familiar with that. If you have more information on unwrap, that'd be great. I think it has to do with buffers and stuff, but let's just move on from that. And so I actually have a so made this already, but we have a font here that we need, and so I am going to use this Rust type font to upload a font as well. So this is a vector, and it includes bytes, and we're just going to straight up put the file in here, because it's not going to be different. This font isn't quite right. I just happened to have it laying around. I didn't want to go looking around for a font, but yeah. So we're going to import this font as well. And might not have to understand this code entirely, but this should work. Okay, so and we'll let font equal font try from vec, and we'll put the font in there and unwrap it. Okay, so this isn't quite right. Let me see if I can grab it from. Okay, there we go. All this code is going to be uploaded, but this is you know, from the documentation from Imageproc. They have a fonts library, and so, you know, that's sort of where I'm getting my knowledge on this from. So we'll continue here, and there's also a height that needs to be a float and a scale. So what we're doing here is we're providing a scale for our font, and we're scaling it vertically and horizontally based off a height. So if we ever want to change how big the font is, we can just change the height. And, you know, like I said, I didn't get the font quite right, but I think it's fine. It should work all right. Okay. And so now we need to set the color for the font. So this is all set up for a big finale where we actually just take some text and, you know, we put it all on top of our one does not image, right? And so since this is RGB, you want the maximum number in each field, and then the A here is alpha, which we don't really need, so I'll just leave it at 0. All right, and so now we finally get to use this draw text mute from up here, from Imageproc, and this lets us write font, the font that we just spent so much time prepping for, onto a canvas, or in this case, it's going to be our meme image, right over here, that we're grabbing from here. All right, so let's just fill this in like that. All right, so this canvas and mute C, this is going to be, obviously it has to be mutable because that was there, and then there's going to be our image, right? Here for our color, since we already set this all up, we can just put color. Like how easy that is. Here, since we already set up scale, we can just put in scale. Actually, I think that's wrong, but here we're going to put in a location for where the font starts. So this is going to go down 40, or go left 40 and stay at the very top. And then we can provide our scale. Then we will provide the font that will be scaled, and then the actual text, which we'll get from the meme that we passed through. we'll just pass the top text, right? And we do the same thing here. So we'll just copy and paste this. The only thing that's going to change is the location of the font. So, now we'll go over 40 and then go down 125 pixels. I think this image might be bigger than mine that I tested with, but we'll just see what happens. It's all about experimentation. All right, so we finally drew our text on top of our image. Now we're going to have to save it. So we let underscore equal meme image, right? That's our meme picture. Save, and then our path, we're actually just going to have to go path new, and then here we could do a few things, right? We can sort of name it based off of something we already have. So we can do something like a meme dot name, or we can even do like what would be nice would be something like let's see, file name equal new, let's see, format. We can try format, right? We can format the strings, and we can take the new, we can say new underscore, and then put the name dot png, right? Because it's going to save as a png. And then here we can pass in the meme dot name. So it'll be like new one does not simply, or new, and so we probably want to put some underscores in there, but I think it can handle spaces. No, let's just go with something simple. We'll just we could even ask the user, but I think right now we'll just put in new meme dot png. Just keep it really simple, and then we have to unwrap this, right? And then we can sort of print line here and let everybody know that the meme was made. Your meme has been created, period. Awesome. And then end that with something. Okay. So we got our little make meme function, right? And so now we want to implement this with our command line prompts, so that when, so we'll say here you picked one does not simply, right? And then we can do like another print line, like print line, what is your bottom text going to be? Something like that. Need a colon there, or a semicolon. And then here basically we're doing the same thing as we did with the pick, right? So let's just grab that real quick. And it's going to be slightly different, but we'll base it off of this. So yeah, so here we'll call it bottom, right? Because it's the bottom text. And so bottom, and then here we're gonna want to set it to equal to the bottom text, and one does not, right? Let me look at my notes real quick. Right. Yes. Okay. So one does not, and let's add another space here. One does not dot, and then text bottom, right? And we're going to set to bottom dot, and we're going to want to trim it still. Even though this is a string, the last line of the string is going to be a return character. So we're going to want to trim it. And we notice that this still doesn't work is because the trim converts it to a and str. And so we're going to want to string it again to convert it back to a string. And then that works the way we're expecting it to work. And then we could simply run our make meme and pass in our reference to one does not. And that completes our basic implementation of the meme machine. So let's run it. You can go cargo run, let compile. All right. Now it says, this app is called Meme Machine. Pick the meme that you want to make. We only have one so far, but we can add some more later. And then it says, you pick the one does not simply. Maybe we should add meme to that. Or the meme one. We could clarify that a little bit better. What is your bottom text going to be? And I can, obviously, we'll put here, learn Rust. And then hit enter, and then it says your meme has been created, and we can see here that it adds our meme. One does not simply learn Rust, and the color is black, so you might have to troubleshoot this. And there's probably some stuff we can do where we count the number of characters, and based on that we rearrange it so that it looks a little bit cleaner. But that's the general consensus. And so, this can be cleaned up a little bit better to work a little bit better, to be a little bit cleaner. But let's go ahead and post this to Git. So I'm just going to git add everything, and then I'm going to git commit and have a message app functionality complete, and then I can git push. All right. And it should be on the GitHub, which I will link in the bottom. But, comment below what we should add to this. If you want to see me add some more memes to it, show me what memes you've added to the machine, or, whether or not you actually want to go into sort of fine tuning this to really make some standard memes that you can share on the internet. All right, later guys.